we digress on that, but we want to give a kind of an overview to this and to point out, the sources or the references to I research, to our research right here. But Egypt is very, very important. It's not for us to go back to Egypt, because some folks say, oh, you talk about ancient Egypt, going back, we come out of Egypt. Yes, we come out of Egypt, but we have to know where we have been. In other words, if we don't know our past and we don't know the past and how we relate to that past, then we are kind of stuck in limbo in the present, and the future is not promised. The future is unknown. The future is already unknown, but the future is much worse because the present is based on a misunderstanding of the past. And this is why it seems like things keep going on and on, almost like a merry-go-round, so to speak. And that's because the historical and the factual timeline and who's who in ancient times and Bible and prophecy has been confused. Now, this is from the El Amarna art right here, Akhenaten and that period of time. And there are ones like Free Man Perspective, Free Man Fly. That's what he calls himself now, who basically makes a connection, seeks to make a connection, and a very interesting and persuasive connection, although people can argue whatever facts they want, between Akhenaten and the Akhenaten with Barack Obama and that whole connection there. If you don't know about it, check out his research. I think he explains his views on it best for himself. So once again, we are looking at this particular period of time, and there are certain key characters and figures. He's speaking about Barack Obama and the connection of Barack Obama with Akhenaten. And some of this also goes, some of Dr. York's research. He was talking about how they were using or seeking to use DNA recovered, from ancient Egypt. And we're not going to go off on that tangent right now. But this is all what's related to this particular area of research. But what we want to just say in this particular video, and let's try to say this as clear as possible, but there's some interesting art, there's some interesting evidence, and there's some even more interesting speculations which cannot and which should not be so easily dismissed, right? Much has been dismissed, right? And now we find that things that have been dismissed from the past, certain authors, writers, and researchers that were ridiculed in the past, more evidence has even been recovered, archaeological and other related evidence has been recovered that really has dismissed a lot of the popular and the accepted so-called Egyptology.